morning and welcome to Morning Matters. This morning we are back in Belize City. Finally, the sun is out. Our guest this morning is Jose Luis Espat. A lot of you may have seen Jose on this show before, but more of you, I'm sure, have seen Jose as an activist on Facebook, sometimes on other TV shows, maybe the news. But today he's sitting in with us to share his views on many things and at the end of the day also to help us with some Morning Matters. Jose, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm fine. Just want to say hi to everybody and hope everyone is all right too.
Jose, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who Jose Espat is, because I'm sure that a lot of people out there have their own idea of who Jose is and what he represents and what he's about. But what would you like for us to know about Jose?
I'm just a simple down-to-earth guy, man. You know, someone who loves medicine, who loves people, who loves to help others, and that's my motive in life. Anyone that has come across myself and I have touched their lives in some way can tell you if I have ever asked for anything in return. I don't want anything. I just want everyone to live in harmony, everyone to live, and let us be each other's keeper. Let us help wherever we can help and start to get rid of the hate, start to get rid of all the ill feelings against each other. I grew up in a Belize that was heaven to grow up in. And I recall very well as a young man, you know, we used to forget windows open, doors open, and nobody come in, nobody bother you, nobody harm you. Now, if you have a fall in public, everyone laughs at you.
You know, but I think, Jose, that is not only for Belize. That is worldwide. The world has gone mad, you know, and it is a transition that the world has. It's like the Bible fulfilling itself. It is this, I mean, the Bible did say that these times will come. And it's unfortunate that we have to live in these times, but it's not only unique to Belize. It is a world, it's like I said, it's the Bible fulfilling itself. How do we prevent against that?
Well, this is my modus operandi. I can't stop every single person in this country from killing.
No.
I can't even stop anyone from killing me. But what I can do is not kill anyone. What I can do is me, as a person, live by example. If I am asking this nation to stop the killing, why would I go and kill somebody? If I am asking this nation to have love and compassion, why would I judge anyone, or why would I not help someone that I can help? So what we need to start doing is each individual citizen of this nation. And you say worldwide, and I agree it's worldwide, but I don't live in the US. I don't live in Mexico. I don't live in Guatemala. I live in Belize. And when I say Belize, I don't live in Ladyville, but that doesn't mean that I won't help in Ladyville. So what we need to do is look at our immediate environment and see how we can mark a difference in our immediate environment as a person, and then move on as a neighborhood, as a community, as a district, as a village, and then as a nation.
What keeps you going? Because I'm sure that you don't get any financial benefit from the work that you do. And I mean, I see you working a lot, but I'm sure that you don't do this for the money, because I'm sure that there's no money in it. There is no fame in it. There's just, I would imagine, the reward of getting the job done. But what keeps you going?
You're asking me what keeps me going financially, or?
Oh, no. I don't, in terms of the work that you do, I would imagine financially there must be a source for your income, but it can't be from the work that you do that we see out there.
What keeps me going is a fire within, because I am going to be honest. At times it gets frustrating. At times we meet a lot of dead ends. I met a lot of dead ends along with the family with this Erwin Rodriguez case, but persistence and passion. Because in life, you have to have a vision, you have to have a mission, and what drives both is an internal passion. I can have a vision as to where I want to go, and what is it that I want to do, and I need to have a mission. How will I get that vision done? How will I get to where I want to go? What route will I take? But without the passion within, and without that drive, you can have a vision, you can have a mission. And without that passion, you will never arrive at that vision.
But you know, you say you have the passion and the vision, and but there has to be something that keeps it burning, because I can say that I have a passion for equal justice, let's say. And if there is nothing that keeps the fire burning, then the oxygen will go missing and then my passion will die. So there has to be a root cause that keeps it going. What keeps Jose going? I mean, I'm scrolling on your Facebook page and I see that you've been very, very active. And like I said, I'm looking for one specific post actually. But because you post so much, it's difficult for me to find it, because that is where I want to go next. I don't want to spend this show talking about what is wrong with our country. I don't want to spend this show talking about what is wrong in general, because if we're sitting here, I mean, everybody knows to some degree what is wrong. You know, and we are not, I think it is the media's responsibility to give hope and not spread fear and incite that kind of paranoia amongst its people, because we still live in a beautiful country. It's not as bad as we make it. Who's your greatest help in terms of the mission that you're on?
The Almighty. My belief, I'm not a religious person or a religious fanatic, but I have my relationship with God, and I respect everyone's views. I have a strong faith in God, and I always pray before I do anything. I'm not perfect, you know, but in terms of other people, mostly in the family members, at times some of the other activists in getting the word out. But most of the time, as you can see in the footage, when we go to the search, because, and I will say this with all due respect to the fullest, as Belizeans, we have a tendency for go on Facebook and say, yo, yes, go there, you're doing a thing. Yes, a lot of people come and criticize the method that you're using. I got a lot of people telling me on Facebook, oh, as somebody we're training and working at that, you're supposed to know enough to touch the thing without gloves and this. So the bicycle is what I'm referring to for Erwin Rodriguez. That's one example. That bicycle was already contaminated. The bicycle is shared between the two brothers. So whatever fingerprints the brother could have left there or contaminated was already there prior to finding the bicycle. So the scenes of crime weren't even out there. We had to call them out.
Sorry, but don't you think that if you're going to go on a mission, wouldn't it be, I don't know if you do or if you don't, to call up the proper authorities and say, look, I'm going to be here and I will need X, Y, and Z. And if they show up, great. If they don't show up, fair enough as well. But that is the only way that they will know that you are there, because they can't read Jose's mind and all the other activists' mind when there's a shooting on X street and they feel like they need to be there. I'm just thinking that what if the communication was wider and more consistent? Wouldn't it be more convenient?
You see, they know the type of person I am. They know I am someone approachable, and I just want to eradicate all belief that I have anything against the police, that I have anything against the UDP government, that I have anything against anybody. What I have against anybody is they not taking responsibility for what they should be doing and are not doing. And for involving corruption, because believe it or not, it might sound cliche, but corruption and the rampant corruption that we have institutionalized in every form of life in Belize is our biggest problem.
I am not here. I am definitely on no political side as I sit in this chair. But if I was to pick up my Facebook and I was to read Jose's wall, I would definitely say, based on the things that I read, he hates the UDP. He hates the UDP ministers. And I say that based on, I mean, I can just randomly pick a post on your wall, and one cannot help but to think that you do not like them. So a lot of times when you do things, I think people may be of the impression, while you are doing it with a good gesture, they might say, you know, he just there to put some rain on the UDP's parade, or give Dean Barrow some heat, or give this one some heat. Well, they might deserve the heat. I'm not saying if they do, I'm not saying they don't. But I'm saying that perhaps the method is a little bit challenging that you have chosen.
You see what happens? The UDP is the incumbent government. It is their responsibility. They brag of 3 terms. So I am not levying any responsibility of the PUP government of what they have done in the past. I am not taking that responsibility off their backs. They are not the government. They are the opposition, and time after time I have said we have no opposition in Belize. Did you not see what I did with the party that I ran with the BPP? I spoke out against them as well, because I do not have anything against any one political party. As a matter of fact, I make it clear I might not even run for politics ever again. And if I do, it's going to be independent. I don't, and I'm making it public, I don't hate UDP, I don't hate PUP, I don't hate BP, I don't hate. But what I cannot take, and as to mention what, to address what you have mentioned before, it's not that I don't communicate with the police, because I cannot go on a murder scene or a crime scene alone. So I went to the proper authorities and I told them, and they sent the first time 2 CIB, the second time 2 CIB and about 4 GSU. Then the third time 2 CIB again. When I took the divers out there to see if they would be able to dive, 2 CIB. So the issue here is, and I'm going to say it, these guys go out there and do what they can. But we need to get rid of political interference and in every aspect of this country. This
is Morning Matters. Hossa is going to be sitting in with us this morning. He is an activist in Belize. He has many causes that he is representing or supporting as we speak. There are lots of cases that he's been very, very involved in. While a lot of people may or may not agree with his method, a lot of times he does get results based on his own method or the method of the people that surrounds him as well. Later on, we're going to be talking a little bit more about his next case, or one of his many cases. But also, before we go to break, I'm going to ask you this. Because I know you have an opinion on many things that are happening in Belize. I saw the other day that there is an alleged hit on one of, I will have to call him like a gang leader because I don't know how else to describe him, and I might be wrong for calling him that, but or an ex-gang leader. What is your take on that? Do you believe it?
Well, it's not that I believe it or not, it exists. Because, like you said, this is not just a problem in Belize. This is a problem worldwide, with governments worldwide, that when they have a thorn in the side, or they have someone that is now doing positive work with the youth, we have to remember, right? And I'm not calling out any party in specific, I'm calling out governments in a whole. When you have an agenda as a government and something interferes with it and you have the power at your hands to do away with, because this I'm not afraid to say, I have seen many cases while I worked at forensics which suggests state involvement.
I hear you say that, and let's just put it real. If that, and I'm not saying it exists, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I have to think logical as I'm sitting here. Then why are you still alive?
Well, you see, I used to work with forensics, right? And I'm no dull boy.
But definitely you're not this invisible guy either.
I'm very visible, I'm sure. I'm very visible. But through my trajectory at forensics, I kept evidence for myself. Evidence of things that would lead any logical investigator, whether international, independent, or local, to see the reality for what it is.
Do you ever have fear that one day you too will be on the list of people to be taken care of, for lack of a better term?
Well, from the day that you become an activist, you know that you become a thorn in their sides. And if you notice, even though I am at it, I do so respectfully.
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, considering the language that you use sometime on your Facebook wall, it is your Facebook wall. You can talk how you want, but respectfully is not the description that I would use based on the writing.
You see, I am very straightforward, and many people would...
Sometimes straightforward is not respectful.
Yes. Would know it would make anyone uncomfortable that you're telling the truth to and they're living a lie.
But if you decide to call me the P word, or you understand, there are other ways to describe me. You can't keep calling me that on Facebook and then you say you're respectful.
Yeah, you know, just as you may use words that are inappropriate at times under your anger.
But when I use them, I deem myself as disrespectful. I would not say I'm going about it in a respectful way. But then you use disrespectful words, in my opinion, and then you say I'm going about it in a respectful way.
You see, at times I anger. It's not all the time, and I will admit, and that's one thing with me. If I am wrong, I apologize. If I am not, I will stand to the bullet to my head. And you asked me a question. If I'm not afraid to be on the hit list?
Are you on the hit list in your mind?
Most definitely.
How can you be so sure? How can you be so sure that there is a hit list, and how can you be so sure that you made it?
Man, Rhonda, you want to bust the bag now?
Well, I dare for ask questions, but I'll tell you what, we're on Bust the Bag if there's something to be taken out there. This is, as we see it, this is Morning Matters. Send your text into 602, the number on the screen. You can email your matters to us at morningmatters@gmail.com. We're going to take a break and be back.
At West-Trac Belize City, we are looking to help you save both your time and money. We've also improved our stock levels to ensure we have everything you might need for your automotive or agricultural needs. Additionally, West-Trac has added heavy-duty and industrial parts to keep your trucks and equipment running. At West-Trac Belize City, we understand that your time is important, so we want to bring our services to you at your convenience. Now you can simply send us a message on WhatsApp or Facebook, and we will be right there to help with any questions you may have.
That the best time is always around the table. And when it's great food, it's gotta come from the best. Quality poultry products. This the wheat chicken.
Welcome to a piece of paradise on earth. Hunters Conference and Cottages. Allow us to help you escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We provide all modern conveniences for you, our valued traveler. Each cottage is surrounded by greenery and timeless landscape of mature trees and open fields. At Hunters, we offer every home comfort and a slew of simplistic spoils. Come in today and have us host your conference, wedding, yoga retreat, or even that family reunion. Give us a call at 672-1000 or visit us online at huntersbelize.com. Hunters Conference and Cottages. Come get away with us.
Hello and welcome to A&R.
With a wide variety of household items, party supplies, and gift ideas to choose from, A&R is definitely the shopping spot of choice for you. We have loads of kitchen appliances such as freezers, washers, refrigerators, pots, pans, and other items including stationery, school bags, swimming pools, sturdy plastic chairs, and toys for boys and girls. Check out A&R at any of our many locations in San Pedro, Orange Walk, Cayo, and Belize City. At A&R, we strive to provide all your shopping needs under one roof.
Seaboard Marine is the leader in ocean transportation. We now offer shipping of container loads and less than container loads, including units such as heavy machinery, trucks, tractors, buses. We also can ship your small item like barrels, televisions, refrigerators, pallets, anything your heart desire, we can ship. We not only ship from the States to Belize, but we now clear customs for you and deliver directly to your door. Imagine this, the goods of your choice from the store of your preference delivered to your door in less than 1 week. That's right. Give Seaboard a call today at 223-0043 or visit us at number 2 Northfield Street in Belize City. Seaboard, we ship, you shop, we deliver. Seaboard is a member of the Betalco group of companies.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation, because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
Hola, hola, hola. Can I get a 7-Up or Pepsi Cola? Hey, Miss Laura, if you want to treat me, please don't give me no soft drink. We're ordinary. Please give me a Pepsi Cola, Pepsi Cola, Pepsi Cola. Or a 7-Up, dig it up, dig it up. 7-Up, dig it up, dig it up. Hola, hola, hola. Can I get a 7-Up or Pepsi Cola? Pepsi Cola.
Welcome back to Morning Matters right here from Spooner's Cafe in Belize City. Jose decided that he's going to sit in with me for the rest of the show. I'm sure that anybody that's been looking will know that Jose has nowhere to go this morning other than to sit here with me and help me figure out these matters. As the show progresses, we're going to be talking a little bit more to Jose about his causes. But Jose, I notice, and I get all my news from Facebook, okay? That means it's the truth. I notice sometimes that you put up some statements on Facebook that can be right on the edge. You know, you make some statements sometimes and sometimes I say, okay, good. Finally, somebody's talking about it. And then sometimes I say, impossible. Because if something is happening so bad, for lack of a better term, how could it be that nobody is in jail? You know, the other day I noticed one that you put up an allegation that there is a sex ring in Belize with underage children and so is involved. And I'm thinking, what brings you to these conclusions?
Investigations, and I would be specific. When it came to the case for failing, I was contacted by a lot of people in San Pedro. I was out in San Pedro. The people from San Pedro came here. I got a lot of information, reliable information. I did my own investigation. If you recall, I don't know if you were aware, I did a live video. I also questioned Anke, you know, and based on a lot of observations. In any investigation, you have to be very keen and be very observant. And when I say observant, let me just touch a little back on what I was saying about the system. There are a lot of things and information that we have access to. If I can have access to it, I'm sure the police department can have access to it.
Walking free.
I go back again. It's a failed justice system.
Well, why would it be that only Jose and his team of maybe 5 or 6 men are the ones that find it necessary? I can't imagine that something that is so painful and detrimental to any society would be happening with and known by people that can stop it, and they just overlook it because we all have children.
The answer to that is very on the edge, as you would say. You see, the answer to that goes back, and I make mention of no political party. It goes back to a government system that needs to be reviewed and needs to be adjusted. Because in our system, and I'm not speaking of politics and how politics is run in Belize, I'm speaking of how this country is governed, how the affairs of this country are done. There is no check and balance. In a system where, and we might not like to hear this, because we have a lot of fanatics in Belize, both PUP, BPP, and UDP fanatics. When a government...
There's no BPP fanatic, no, I'm just joking.
When a government, any given minister, any given prime minister has had so much control of the affairs of this nation, the inevitable occurs.
Which is?
You can have several things happening. You can have these men having so much control over so long a period of time that they have no resistance. No resistance meaning nobody to oppose them, not even the government, the party in opposition.
Wait. I have a lot of respect for a lot of people in this country, and on both political sides, because I see them not as politicians, I see them as human beings. I see them as compassionate human beings that are upstanding citizens in my community, on both sides, straight across the board.
I would have to agree with you.
Right?
I agree with you. I agree with that as well. 100%.
So I say that to say that if they exist, how can what you say also exist?
You see, when you are within a system, and those who are within the system know what I'm saying, not everyone is willing to risk their life. What has happened is that this entire nation is detached from the reality that is happening here in this country, and are in their belief saying, no man, not in my little country. And I'll bring up a topic, and I have pushed it out there. Organ harvesting. It's as real in the world, and it is as real in Belize.
This is Morning Manners. Let me ask you something so the people that are looking can feel happier. Tell me something good that's happening in Belize, because I know there's a lot of good. Tell me some good.
Well, we have people that care. We have a lot of freedoms in Belize that we are not appreciating. We are still surviving in Belize because people in Belize do not know what it is to hunger for 3-4 days. They might go without one meal, or they might go with only 2 meals for the day and 1 meal, but we also have a culture in Belize that if you're my neighbor Rhonda and today, well, I broke and I can't barely ramen, you gonna lay extra pot, only extra 2 chicken foot in the pot. I don't know if at least I have a suck and bone, but I want to suck one bone again and eat this. I want to still take that. You understand? Belize is a blessed nation. The only problem here is, and I will say it again and again and again, we have become a culture that have accepted corruption, that have accepted, and we have a mentality for say, well, boy, it could be worse, you know.
You say these things as if they're fact. They're not facts. They're your opinion, and I can respect them. But even, I mean, like I said, we can.
If listen to me, right?
Because I'll tell you what, like a lot of people, right? There are a lot of people that always complain that, let's say they have one fly bite, they say, oh my gosh, I get sub-bitten. I could respect that you get fly bites, you know. But no discount the other 99.9% of your body that was never bitten. Far too often, and I'm not saying I respect your position as an activist, I respect the work that you do, because without people like you, people like me would not have that extra thing to think about, because even though I might not believe it now, it's in my mind. And once the seed has been planted, it can't, this is not like...
If you notice, whenever I post, and I just made a post.
All the time.
When I post something, my intention is not for you to believe me, because I am human. I can err. I can make mistakes. I can make mistakes. My intention is to jumpstart your mind, so at least I know I do it with one person.
You do it with all people every day.
So my thing is, I don't want you, because I put on Facebook, Miss Rhonda is a beautiful lady. Look for Miss Rhonda, man. Take one peep. You know?
It's like you tell.
Correct. But look for her.
No,
at
yeah,
least
get some attention.
take.
No, I mean, I see what you're saying. People will look.
So we need to investigate. We need to take the time out and say, look, it might sound like it can't happen here in Belize, but the possibility is there. So if I don't question, and maybe it's a part of my training, if you don't question everything, right? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't want to say the word what I am, but I am not. Let me put it like this: I'm a nonsense analyzer. All right. So if we don't question things and we don't seek out the facts, then we can have an underlying problem that gets no line shown on it, and then how can we try to come up with a possible solution to that problem if we do not even give it the attention it merits? So many times, it's not that I have all the solutions to everything, but man, I want other people's opinion too. You know? Take one peep on this thing and see it how I see it. And I want to take one peep and see it how you see it. And with all points of view coming together, we might have another perspective. And I never believe that I have all the solutions or any one entity has all the solutions. We all have the capability. I did a video the other day, and I'm saying it. A lot of people might not have academic education, might not have culture, might not have skills, but we all have one thing we're good at. And if we come together and be each other weaknesses and strengths, we could come up with some solutions to some of the problems that are plaguing us.
Speaking of problems, this is Morning Matters. Let's jump into a problem. Since normally Jose is dealing with some major problems that involves everybody at the same time, I'm going to ask him to help me to answer your problem, whatever your problem is this morning. This one says, hi, I lived with this guy for 5 years and found out that he's cheating on me, but now he wants to get married. What should I do?
I'm not so versed in this love thing, no, because I haven't had so much of good luck.
You haven't? Are you not a married man?
Yes. And I'm not saying about my wife. I'm saying it in the past, no? Because, I mean, I have no complaints about her. I mean, I find
She's the one with the complaints.
yeah, probably. More than likely. But in terms of cheating, no? I think that cheating is not it's a choice. I don't believe that any liquor or anything can force you to cheat. I am somebody that, whether my decisions are good or bad, I believe that I must take responsibility for whatever I have done. None of us are perfect, and we had that discussion the last time. I believe that nobody is perfect. And if this person has cheated and it's the first time, you know, and you both really have something going and you have built something, I mean, you all need to get some professional counseling and see if this marriage or this relationship can move forward, because it's not just me wanting and him wanting. It's to see if the damage that has been done emotionally and psychologically will allow this relationship to continue.
You think that mango tree could grow apple?
Well,
For the right grafting?
you see, I don't believe in limiting the possibilities, but honestly, I know where you're getting at. And I will tell you that in my young days, man, I didn't see things the way I see it now. And I cannot say mango tree can't grow apple, because I was a mango tree and now my fruit is bearing apple. So people do deserve a chance and deserve to be given a chance. And this is one thing to another, but this is why I don't judge any young person, any young person that has committed a crime. I don't judge them, you know. It is a system whereby we need professional help and counseling. And I know, like, what you're saying, and I know what you're trying to say. Once you do it one time, or I'm not telling you why the man cheated on 5 times already or 6 times. Then I understand, or 3, 4 times, I understand. But if the man fall the first time, give the man the benefit of the doubt.
That the first time you catch her.
Correct.
That don't mean that the first time you fall.
But maybe being caught is what would make him decide to deter from that type of activity.
I say don't marry him. At this point in his life, don't marry him. If he wants to be married to you and you want to, like Jose says, give him the opportunity to make a new history, then you do so. But do not think that you marrying him will change him. Marrying him will, under the condition that you're about to marry him, if you marry him, is going to say, you know what, I have this one in the cage, I don't have to worry, no, I could go continue hunt. Some people are just hunters. They just want to catch you, capture you, release you. And maybe that's where he is. But I don't know where he is. If I had a man that cheated on me, I would leave him immediately. But you are not me and I am not you. You might have a different perspective on it.
You have some people that, and this is a psychological profiling, you have some people that are not really in love with a person, they're in love with love.
With the idea.
With the idea of the hunt, the capture, the conquer. But you have people that are genuinely in love. You would have to go back and track your history with that person. If that person has given you in the past reason to believe that they have been doing it.
But Jose, how could I be in love with you in the fullest sense of love and then still find myself laying down with another man?
That's and I don't judge. That's why I say I don't judge.
But common sense, it means I like you.
No, because
if I love you, how would I respect you more than that?
I agree with you, and don't get me wrong, I 100% agree with you. But we can fall.
But then it means that you're not in love.
No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't necessarily.
Jose, how can I come to you and cuddle up with you and say, oh my gosh, I really love you and I'm in love with you, and then tonight I go cuddle up with John? No. It means that I like the convenience or the comfort or what. I like something about Jose. It doesn't mean that I don't like Jose. It means that I'm not fully in love with him.
I would agree to a certain point. But if it is a constant cheating that they have now,
Wait, sorry, not to cut you, but so they have one pass?
Let's say the person under a circumstance and he failed. But the now a constant thing that, let's say, all right, if me and you married, right? Now me and you married to each other. We have our spouse. And it happens, me and you never go out, me and you never get together, me and you hang out, me and you bodies, me and and it happened. It's up to me for being a responsible person. And most people, 100% people might not do it. My responsibility to my spouse is to go and look and tell her to her face, look, this happened.
you to tell me that it is acceptable to get a pass because we were not courting, because we didn't plan it, because we gone out and we get all happy, and I say, oh my gosh, Jose looks so hot.
No, I know they say it's acceptable pass.
What are you saying?
But you are saying that without hair anything out,
I don't want
you
that.
don't. All right, then that I respect your opinion, and that's you. If it was me, and I'm telling you from personal experience, I have forgiven. We can't expect to be forgiven if we don't forgive.
I don't expect you to make that kind of move.
I agree with you. But then your expectations can be anything. Unreasonable. But you know,
Keep it so.
if that works for you, I agree. But
I say we agree for disagree. That's why I have two of us here today, so you can hear two sides of the story. Jose is a little bit more lenient. I am human, but sometimes I just can't be bothered to entertain that, because I say if I do it one time, it happen two times. And this lease system, or big system, whatever you call it, I can't deal with all of that. I have other things to worry about, and if my spouse won't cheat.
It takes a lot of work. So it's easier to say, you know what, to hell with you, roll out.
I wouldn't even say to hell, I wouldn't say nothing. You would have known that time for go.
Correct. But then my thing is it's an easier route. You know, and I'm not a person that will allow anyone to take me for a fool either. As in, I forgive you now, and then you come back again, and you're not come home till 6 o'clock, man. And then John, they bring you home, and you tell me you and John are ballet and gone.
The cheating is much more. The average cheater is much more skilled than that, Jose. You wouldn't even know.
Trust me. Investigation is one of my strengths.
I dated this guy for 2 years. We broke up because he had a child with another woman. We decided to work things out, only to understand that the baby mother is pregnant again. He said that he loves me and he wants us to be together. I love him. What am I to do? Start loving you. Start respecting you. If you make it so that every time your life and you are not one of those old cowboy barn doors, or those bar doors where you push them and then go either way anytime, all the time. That's not what you are about. And when I never understand why somebody would say, but I love him, and he does nothing to show you that he loves or respects you. I don't understand that kind of love.
First of all, in this case, I would say it's definitely time to go. Why? Because, man, you're done willing to work it out with the man the first time. And now again, this is what I'm talking about. Not that I'm too lenient, but the first time I agree, they give it a try and whatever, and now you did that again. No, man, that time, like you said, respect yourself. One of the major problems in relationships is that people like to relate love to respect, and many times people use the term loosely. I love you. But what do you honestly understand what that means? I respect you, but do you honestly understand what that means? Do you have the moral upbringing to understand what loving another person means? Because for me, you ask me what love means. Love means put your needs as equal as mine or beyond mine, because that's me. That's one of the things that drives me. Many times I don't have time, I don't have the money, and I still put other people beyond me. So it all depends of what you believe.
The commitment is what you need to respect, and it needs to remain constant. This one says, is it normal for a man in his 40s to have separated from his ex and ends up living with his mother that is growing 2 young granddaughters? Is it also that he's getting, it seems that he's also getting after the stepdaughter? The lady passed away last month, and he has close contact with his ex-family. Not sure what her issue is. Is it?
With the young girls and man living in the house.
Oh, he lives with his mother and
the mother is growing the
granddaughters.
and he's getting close
And he's close to them.
to one of the stepdaughters, I think.
That's a ticklish place, because it could be that he just wants to be a father figure to these girls. I mean,
we can't judge him unless he makes a first attempt or a pass. If that young lady feels like her boundaries are being overpassed by this gentleman, then she needs to make that vocal to somebody, and then the necessary action needs to be taken, which always these types of situations, you know, we won't generalize, but it's like a conducive environment for a disaster to happen. So if and then you can't just put the man out, you can't, you know, but if you say you're 40 years old, why would you go live with your mother?
That is, I know. In my mind, you can't. I'm married to Tom Jones. And Tom Jones, I had 2 children before I met Tom Jones. Tom Jones grew these children from maybe 3 years old to 15 years old. I die. Tom Jones might not have been in a financial situation where he can find a new house or whatever. So Tom Jones decided to go and live with his mother, and he takes my daughters, which by extension he might see as his daughters as well. I think it would be really unreasonable unless there is clear evidence or unless for me to say, or for anybody to say, you know, I think that Tom Jones is making a pass on him living with his mother. Might just be he wants a woman to take care of his girls, and so his mother helps him with that. He wants a safe place for his girls, so he decides my mother is the safest place. I can't just find another woman and bring her into these 2 children's lives. So we have to look for the good before we look for the bad. He might just love those good children like his own, and he see his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife in them. So let's not paint the man black until he starts to do some badness. And God forbid he starts to do some badness.
I agree, and that's an excellent point of view as well. I respect that, and I agree with that. Like I said, there are signs in the psychological behavior and the emotional behavior of the young ladies that will be very evident. They will start to become introvert. They won't be as comfortable around him as they used to be. So if there's someone that could tell these signs that has been close to both, you know, so yeah, you know, and many times the children won't come right out and tell you because they're scared. So you would have to find a way to counsel them and someone that they trust, maybe an aunt, maybe a cousin, or, you know, just
don't put nothing in the children's head.
No.
Okay, not start nothing. Not ask nothing unless you have a reason to ask. You know, pay attention to the man. If there's somebody you need to talk to, let it be the man. Leave the kids alone to be kids, because you could be wrong.
You could open up something in their eyes that wasn't even running through their minds.
Exactly.
So you know, and make things uncomfortable for them. Then that can result in a destruction of the relationship that they had. If that relationship, an excellent, clean relationship, it could have some effect on it. So, you know,
keep your eyes open and be reasonable and rational. I'm not saying if you see something, overlook it, but I'm saying nothing when unnecessary. This is Morning Matters. We're going to take a break and come back with our 3rd and final segment.
At West Track Belize City, we are looking to help you save both your time and money. We've also improved our stock levels to ensure we have everything you might need for your automotive or agricultural needs. Additionally, West Track has added heavy-duty and industrial parts to keep your trucks and equipment running. At West Track Belize City, we understand that your time is important, so we want to bring our services to you at your convenience. Now you can simply send us a message on WhatsApp or Facebook, and we will be right there to help with any questions you may have.
That the best time is always around the table. And when it's great food, it's gotta come from the best. Quality poultry products. That's the wheat chicken.
Welcome to a piece of paradise on earth. Hunters Conference and Cottages. Allow us to help you escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We provide all modern conveniences for you, our valued traveler. Each cottage is surrounded by greenery and timeless landscape of mature trees and open fields. At Hunters, we offer every home comfort and a slew of simplistic spoils. Come in today and have us host your conference, wedding, yoga retreat, or even that family reunion. Give us a call at 672-1000 or visit us online at huntersbelize.com. Hunters Conference and Cottages. Come get away with us.
Hello and welcome to A&R.
With a wide variety of household items, party supplies, and gift ideas to choose from, A&R is definitely the shopping spot of choice for you. We have loads of kitchen appliances such as freezers, washers, refrigerators, pots, pans, and other items including stationery, school bags, swimming pools, sturdy plastic chairs, and toys for boys and girls. Check out A&R at any of our many locations in San Pedro, Orange Walk, Cayo, and Belize City. At A&R, we strive to provide all your shopping needs under one roof.
Seaboard Marine is the leader in ocean transportation. We now offer shipping of container loads and less than container loads, including units such as heavy machinery, trucks, tractors, buses. We also can ship your small item like barrels, televisions, refrigerators, pallets, anything your heart desire, we can ship. We not only ship from the States to Belize, but we now clear customs for you and deliver directly to your door. Imagine this. The goods of your choice from the store of your preference delivered to your door in less than 1 week. That's right. Give Seaboard a call today at 223-0043 or visit us at number 2 Northern Street in Belize City. Seaboard. We ship, you shop, we deliver. Seaboard is a member of the Betalco Group of Companies.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation. Because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
Hola, hola, hola. Can I get a 7-Up or Pepsi Cola? Hey, Miss Laura, if you want to treat me, please don't give me no soft drink. We're ordinary. Please give me a Pepsi Cola, Pepsi Cola, Pepsi Cola. Or a 7-Up, dig it up, dig it up. 7-Up, dig it up, dig it up. Hola, hola, hola. Can I get a 7-Up or Pepsi Cola? Pepsi Cola.
Welcome back to the third and final segment from Spooners here in Belize City. Jose is still here with us. He's helping us out with some matters. Jose, do you have children?
Yes, I have 2 children.
A boy and a girl, 2 boys, 2 girls?
A boy and a girl, a 9-year-old boy, a 2-year-old girl.
You waited a long time. What's it like to have a 2-year-old girl with the kind of life that you live right now?
Well, whenever I'm not working and dealing with issues, I don't go anywhere. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to bars. I don't go anywhere. I just spend my time with them. Most of the time we do road trips and you know, I just dedicate that time to them, to my kids and my wife. So my wife is very understanding. You know, she's always there in support. Blessed, you know, I can't thank her enough.
Good morning. I'm in a messed up situation. I live with someone who is way older than me, but I'm in love with someone else. I am only with the person because of financial issues. I think about leaving him and being with the person that I truly am in love with. But he also has a baby mother who keeps popping up and saying they're still together. And he's saying that they're not. What do you think I should do? So, do so not like do so. Because obviously you the cheat by your man, he the cheat by for he lady. And the one big pot of bad soup on the make. You don't have to drink the soup if you continue to stir it.
I just think that everybody have to be honest to everybody. I mean, like we were saying just now, everybody have their own reasons why they are with someone. But you need to be real to yourself before you can be real to anybody else. So if you have this situation, you need to ask yourself that what I want. That what I want, the money I want. Because if the money I want, I could get a job.
Exactly.
Right? If the money I want, I could get a job. But if I want this person because he respects me, he's loyal, or this person really makes me feel wanted or makes me feel fulfilled, you know, and complements my character, then I need to go get a job.
But I too lazy. I want to sit down here. I want you mind me and I want to have fun with John. That's why I end up in this position, because I lazy, unmotivated, and I want to sell myself to you for this $300. I don't want nothing else for you, but I want to go have a fine time with John. But John have Sally, and Sally have a picnic for her. So I want all of that stress there. Whereas you they are thinking that I love you and you absolutely taken with me because you take care of me. But I don't know, I want to give away all of this for that stress. And if I don't get it together long enough, I end up by myself with no money and none of the two men.
And in all this, I always tie concepts together. In all this can result in one more violent outbreak if anybody find out and got some ill feelings.
Definitely. You want to get one good box up?
Box up? Nobody the box. No, I used to do boxing and I have not used it in Belize any at all. People know the box no more. People the boss shot that way they do.
Get yourself out of that. I say respect yourself enough to set a different price for yourself. The price that you set for yourself is the financial gains that this man is bringing to you. It should not be, that should not be the kind of relationship that you're in. To some degree, that is a level of prostitution in a different degree. Like Jose said, if you want to be in a better financial place, get yourself a job. And then you don't have to mess with the man where they give you the money, and you don't have to mess with the man where you think exciting because he's not really exciting. He only seem exciting because he's not your man. He only seem exciting because he come and go, and the other times don't have that good time. The minute he become your man, he want replace you with the lady where he have, and then he replace the lady where he have with you, and then he replace you with a lady like you. So the cycle will always continue. He always have a main woman, our mistress. What do you think if a woman that has no children of her own, but she is in a relationship with a new person, and still brings his children to spend the night? I guess he brings his children over to spend the night. And the kids that he left the woman for can't get her maintenance for her kids. Okay, the person that's sending this is the woman that's not getting the maintenance. And she's saying that the man must be his other set of children to spend time with his new girlfriend. Your quarrel is with the father of your children for the maintenance of your children.
Has nothing to do with the new girlfriend.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's his responsibility to you and your kids. If there's a maintenance for the kids, that has nothing to do with her. So taking up any type of argument with her would be, very, very vain and unproductive.
And if he doesn't want to spend time with your children, there's no rule in the law that says he has to spend time in your children. But there is a rule that says he has to maintain your children as the father of your children. Family court is a very functioning place. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 10 years. We have 2 children together. He always cheats. He does not give me any money. He does not help me with the children. I don't think he is serious about our relationship. You to tell me.
I can recommend any attorney if you want for a divorce, but
She's not even married to him. 10 years boyfriend.
10 years, I would just say it's time to start to do something with your own life for yourself and your kids. Pick up yourself. I'm not advocating and telling you what to do in a relationship, but 10 years? Man, 10 years is quite some time.
He always cheat. He go and come as he want. He not give me no money. He not take care of the picnic.
How much times can you cheat in 10 years?
Why you still call him your boyfriend? He your baby pa. That's all he is. He's the father of your children. You'd probably be better off without him, simply because then you can figure out how to make sure that he maintain those children. If all of you are living under the same roof, you can't carry one man to family court if you live under the same roof with her.
I won't hammer you down, because many times there are real women and sincere women that are really in love and really care about certain men, and because of that and because of their loyalty and because of a trait that is very rare in women and men these days, to stick out. There's a thin line and you have to know when, right? I agree. Cause I see that look, Rhonda. I see that look. I see that look. I know you're good. Anyways, I'm not putting the girl down. If you have withstood that, and I know many times women do it for many reasons, for the kids, for whatever, but you need to, Rhonda, give me a break.
Listen to you. I didn't listen.
But you need to respect yourself. If for 10 years this person has not made a difference, it's because he has become comfortable in that zone, knowing that you will always be there, and knowing that he can go tomorrow and have his fun and come right back and you'll be there.
Jose seems to think that Jose is an old school man trapped in a young boy's body. Jose say you have to know how far to go. I agree, Jose, you have to know how far to go. but you can't be disrespecting yourself and having him disrespect you. When you place yourself in certain positions, you are disrespecting yourself. A man that is with you, that you are with for 10 years, that has cheated on you numerous times, that does not support you and your children, you have to realize what you are doing here. It's one thing for you to want to be in that kind of relationship, and if that's what you want, don't complain, but there's something that you are doing that you might be unaware of. You are teaching your children, your boys or your girls, whoever they are, that this is the face of a relationship. The relationships we choose are the faces of relationships that we're recommending for our children. If you are aware or not. So this, you want to dispel that. You don't want your children to believe that this is how a relationship should look. So you need to draw them a new picture. Good morning, I am dating this guy, but every time I go anywhere, he thinks that I am with someone else. I am tired, I'm getting tired of it. I'm tired of being told that I am cheating. What should I do? The next time he tells you that you are cheating, you say, what are you going to do about it? And if you're not going, if you firmly believe that I am cheating, this is the conversation I would have with him. If you firmly believe that I am cheating and you are doing nothing about it, then stop telling me about it. Because if he, in his mind, he may believe that you are cheating, but all he's doing is making your life a hell. So if every day he will come home and tell you that you're cheating, and he firmly believes that, then he needs to act on it. And if all he will do is talk, then don't pay him no mind.
I agree with you. Just in addition to that, what is causing him to say that you are cheating? Because if you give him no reason to believe that you are cheating, if you do what you must and keep your responsibilities and you respect him duly, then this is an issue for you, because here you have no fault and you are not at fault, but it is having a psychological and emotional strain on you. So if he doesn't do anything about it, I do believe you need to address the issue and put an ultimatum on him and tell him, look, if you don't stop, then we'll have to finish this relationship because it's taking a toll on me. Now, on the other hand, if you know, I don't know, if you know to yourself that you have been giving him doubts, or your time frame of activities that you do when you're not with him are not, you know, in what they in the parameter that they're supposed to be, and they not add up, then you also know where the problem is.
Jose, Morning Matters is winding down. Anything you'd like to leave us with?
I just want to leave this nation with one thing. Don't depend fully on any government. Don't depend fully on any institution. Whatever you can take on today on your own, whether it be for your personal reason or to help someone else, give it a try.
Jose, thank you for stopping in this morning. Thank you for sharing with us. Hopefully we'll have some more time to share in the near future. Until next time, I definitely encourage everybody to take care of themselves and each other. This is Rhonda along with
Jose Espat.
saying goodbye.